the administration explicitly cited that the massacre of the Iranian people must stop. Since the uprising of Iran's people began in 2025, the regime did not just suppress dissent. They conducted what the White House calls a savage, one-sided war against their own citizens, with the death toll estimates reaching as high as 40,000. So the president's red line was simple: stop killing your people or we will stop you. By decapitating the leadership and taking out 49 of the regime's top architects, the U.S. claims it's bolstering the historic protest movement and giving the 85% of the country that wants a regime change a fighting chance to take back their country. Take a look.
To the great, proud people of Iran, I say tonight that the hour of your freedom is at hand. Stay sheltered. Don't leave your home. It's very dangerous outside. Bombs will be dropping everywhere. When we are finished, take over your government. It will be yours to take. This will be probably your only chance for generations. For many years, you have asked for America's help, but you never got it. No president was willing to do what I am willing to do tonight. Now you have a president who is giving you what you want. So let's see how you respond. America is backing you with overwhelming strength and devastating force. Now is the time to seize control of your destiny and to unleash the prosperous and glorious future that is close within your reach. This is the moment for action. Do not let it pass.
So let's talk about those Iranian people. Right? As the hands-off Iran protests at home have already begun in response to the president's actions, I think it's imperative to establish this is not a war with Iran. This is a war for Iran. The Islamic regime is not Iran. Iran is not an Arab country. Iranians are Persian. They are not Arabs. Their primary language is Farsi, not Arabic. Ethnically, culturally, and historically, Persia predates Islam by more than 1,000 years. So before the Arab conquest in the 7th century, the dominant religion was Zoroastrianism. And over the centuries, Iran also developed ancient Jewish and Christian communities that still exist today, albeit in hiding. Now here's where this whole thing went south. So in 1951, the democratically elected prime minister, Mohammad Mossadegh, who was wildly popular, he nationalized Iran's oil industry, which was controlled by the British. Now, the people loved it inside of Iran, but of course, it was deeply threatening to the British and the American economic interests. So, in 1953, an MI6 and CIA-backed coup removed Mossadegh and restored the monarchy under Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi. The Shah ruled as a pro-Western modernizer, right, which sounds awesome in theory. He expanded women's rights, secularized parts of society, and aligned closely with the United States. But he also ruled through repression. His secret police crushed dissent. Political opposition was jailed, tortured, and exiled. To many religious conservatives and nationalists, the Shah became a symbol of corruption, inequality, and Western interference, which it was. You can see why people still shudder in America at the thought of regime change, because very often it doesn't work out, and it turns out worse than before. Now, by 1979, mass protests exploded across Iran. So what began as a broad coalition of secular liberals, leftists, students, clerics, eventually consolidated under one figure, Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini, a cleric exiled by the Shah. And when the Shah fled, Khomeini returned and he established something unprecedented. Not just an Islamic republic, but a system, I'm going to butcher this, but it's called Velayet Faqih, which basically means the guardianship of the jurist. Now, under this doctrine, ultimate authority doesn't rest with voters, but with a supreme Islamic scholar, the supreme leader. And that position can overrule the president, parliament, courts, and the military. So it fused religion and state power into one office. High blood pressure is the #1 risk factor for mortality, and 1 in 2 adults has it. So that means there's a 50-50 chance you're a walking time bomb. But here's the good news. You can take control of your blood pressure naturally without relying on big pharma. 120 Life is a blend of great tasting superfruit juices that have been shown to help lower blood pressure. It's backed by hundreds of doctors and trusted by thousands of people who've seen measurable results. And here's the best part, it's completely risk-free. Try 120 Life for 2 weeks, and if you don't see a difference in your numbers, you get your money back. Just go to 120life.com, that's 120life.com, and use the code Jillian to save 20% and get free shipping. This is serious, guys. This is your life we're talking about. 120 Life can help. What does comfort that really carries you from morning to night feel like? Well, for me, it's Cozy Earth. It starts with their essential socks. They're soft, they're breathable, they're thoughtfully cushioned to support you step by step. Honestly, from the moment you step out of bed to the end of a long day, they've got multiple styles. They fit seamlessly into everyday life. And when the day winds down, that same comfort shows up at night with Cozy Earth's Comforter. It's luxuriously soft, it's light, it's naturally temperature regulated so you stay cool, calm, and comfortable all night long. There's no heaviness, no overheating, just deeper, better rest. And that's what sets Cozy Earth apart. Every piece is crafted with intention and attention to detail, designed to quietly elevate the everyday. And it's completely risk-free with a 100-night sleep trial and a 10-year warranty. So discover how care in every detail transforms simple routines into comfort. Head to CozyEarth.com and use my code Michaels for up to 20% off. That's Michaels for up to 20% off. And if you get a post-purchase survey, please be sure to mention that you heard about Cozy Earth right here on my show. So these days, I'm all about quality over quantity, especially with my closet. And if something isn't well-made and versatile, it's just not worth it to me. And that's honestly why I love Quince. The fabrics feel elevated, the cuts are thoughtful, the pricing makes sense. Quince makes high-quality wardrobe staples using premium fabrics like 100% European linen, 100% silk, organic cotton poplin. Think lightweight cotton cashmere sweaters that are perfect for transitioning between seasons. Plus, they've got fresh spring colors and prints that instantly update your wardrobe. They're versatile, well-made pieces that make getting dressed simple. They work directly with safe, ethical factories, and they cut out the middleman, so you're not paying for brand markups, just exceptional quality at a better price. Everything is made to last season after season. I mean, my Quince leather jacket, soft as heck, perfectly structured, looks incredible. It's lightweight, and I've spent big money on luxury jackets. Quince outperforms them all at a fraction of the cost. So right now, go to quince.com/Jillian for free shipping and 365-day returns. That's a full year to wear it and love it. And you will. Now available in Canada too, so don't keep settling for the clothes that don't last. Go to quince.com/Jillian for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/Jillian. The Iran we see today is not ancient Persia reborn. It's a modern theocracy born out of foreign interference, internal repression, and ideological consolidation. The Iranian people are Persian. The regime was Islamist. And for 47 years, those two identities were at war inside the same borders. And now the world is watching a 47-year-old tectonic plate finally snap. The streets are flooded in Iran with grandmothers, teenagers, engineers, poets, men who have not cried in public probably since they were children, all of them screaming, weeping, holding each other in the middle of the road, strangers embracing strangers, tears streaming down faces that have not known public joy in 5 decades. In Tehran, Isfahan, Shiraz, massive traffic jams have formed across every major city, not because people are fleeing, but because they're stationary. They're leaning on their horns in a rhythmic, collective wave that echoes for miles. You know why? Because the car horn is the only instrument the regime could not confiscate. And that's become the sound of a nation's liberation. On the rooftops, people are shouting again, just like in 1979, but the words have changed. It's no longer Allahu Akbar. It's now Azadi, which means freedom, or Margbar dictator, which means death to the dictator. In Ekbatan, which is a legendary stronghold of resistance in Tehran, women are building bonfires in the middle of the street and throwing their hijabs into the flames. Schoolgirls ripping off their hijabs out of joy. For many of them, this is the first time in their lives they will have felt the wind in their hair in public without fear. And Mashhad, which is the religious heart of the country, The bronze statues of the Ayatollahs, they're coming down. Citizens are dragging them through the dirt behind motorbikes, reclaiming their squares one by one, and from Los Angeles to London to Paris to Toronto. The global Iranian diaspora has flooded the streets. Millions of people who have carried this wound across decades of exile are finally watching the country they were forced to leave taste freedom again. Can you imagine a nation where your hair is a political statement that's punishable by death? Where the morality police shadow our daughters? For years, Iran has been in a rolling state of revolt. 1999, 2009, 2017, 2019, 2022. Every time the demand was the same: end clerical rule. Here's the crack that never healed. And I know a lot of you are going to remember this. And that's when Mahsa Amini in 2022, a 22-year-old girl, was beaten to death because her hair showed through her hijab. And when the people rose up out of fury, the regime responded with sadism that is beyond comprehension, shooting protesters in the eyes to blind a generation of witnesses, and white torture in their prison, Evin Prison, so that they could break their mind. Finally, these people are liberated from 47 years of pure hell and systemic trauma. In 2025 alone, the regime has reportedly massacred 40,000 peaceful protesters in a matter of days. The IRGC didn't just shoot to kill, they shot to blind. Thousands of young Iranians are living today with one or both of their eyes missing. In the prisons that I mentioned, they perfected sensory deprivation. Prisoners were kept in rooms where everything was white, hence the concept of white torture. The walls, the floor, the lights, even the food, until their minds literally detached from reality. The regime treated the entire population as a bargaining chip for its nuclear ambitions, spending billions on their terror proxies like Hezbollah, where their own Iranian children had no water, no food, no medicine. But those days are over because the Ayatollah is gone. And for the majority of Iranians, this is not a political transition, it is an exorcism. All right, guys, if you like this clip and you want to watch the full episode, click here. And if you want more content like this, you can subscribe to the show by clicking here.